You can unmute. Hello.
Hi.
Hey.
It would have been really funny if you were wrong about muting our mics and like the
Oh
video.
yeah, they did. They did hear me. They heard me.
countdown video's going
Yeah.
and it's just like unmute your mic.
No, they heard me. They heard me say that.
That's
So hi everybody. That's a new feature in StreamYard that apparently when you test it out, it mutes your microphone, and when you're actually live, it does not. So, all right. Hi everybody. Everybody's here. Look at all these people in the comment section. Gene was here early. He's been
Gene's always here early.
staking out that spot on YouTube, and Tammy's here also on YouTube, and we got Kira, Jay, Vicky, Victoria, Scott, Jeffrey, Nicole, Caitlin,
Bobby,
Julie, Gene,
Adam,
again, Megan.
Martin.
I forgot. Hey, you need to click the thing.
Oh, I need to hit the comments. Sorry.
Yeah, so I can see them.
Oh, there they are.
Oh.
Yeah, everybody heard it. Everybody heard me say that. Everybody heard me. So okay, we can start now.
Oh, good.
Can
Finally.
you, like scoot it so I can have my laptop here for notesies. I have notes. I have notes.
Don't ever say
tonight.
notes.
I have notesies tonight. You know, so we know exactly what to talk about, and so I can type and write down all your feedback. Notesies.
So this is a big like town hall, basically, like a open house, open forum.
House.
We're gonna we just want to like chat with y'all and like let y'all know what we want to do with the club and want to hear what y'all want to do with the club. Again, like it sounded like we had like big changes to make, but nothing's really changing.
Yeah, I think Dan was forecasting some doom and gloom, and I was like, yeah, this is all good stuff.
If anything changes, it's not to the core. We just want to add some stuff.
This whole thing was about Lucas wanting to get a haircut. That's the big changes that's happening. We wanted to ask everybody what you thought about
my
Lucas's
sideburns, my
haircut.
wicked COVID burns.
And how I'm going
I
to
got
shave them
COVID
off all
burns
these
too.
weeks. I'm going to shave them off. all
Yeah.
Epic.
Nicole, don't be nervous.
Nervous? Who's
Why
nervous?
am I nervous?
Nicole is nervous.
Oh, don't be nervous, Nicole.
Yeah.
I'm nervous, but
It's just my fault. I was like, big, exciting changes, but it's not really.
No,
I mean, but they're big and they're exciting, and there are changes.
So we announced this at the end of the live discussion on for the 100,000 Kingdoms, but we have ended the partnership with Second and Charles. It's good. Everything's fine. We still love them.
Friends.
Yeah,
we're
we
friends.
still love them. We wanted the opportunity to explore more things, and so
This is me spread my wings and flying.
So basically, now that we don't have that exclusive partnership, we wanted to talk to y'all about some of the things we had in mind, and so I guess we'll do that.
Yeah, because like now we have an opportunity to do some things that we really couldn't like necessarily do before, or we could, but it would have been really complicated. And now it's just four of us. We can do whatever we want. So
yeah.
It's
Yeah, we still go there when it's not COVID.
So, but like a lot of these things that we're going to talk tonight, I want y'all to hold this in your mind if possible. And I wrote it down so I wouldn't say it wrong. So obviously, whether you've been here for what? Why are
I'm
you
just smiling.
Whether you've been here, if this is your first month with us, or if you've been here since the beginning, since June of 2019, the good old days. We have always marketed ourselves as a free book club. Now I get it, books are not free, of course, or else all of us would have a blobbity-jillion of them. However, our content in this community, that has always been free.
Always will be.
That is our plan. That is not changing. So that should not ever be a concern. So know that anything that we talk about tonight, know that all of these things, these ideas that we have there with that in mind, that this will always be a free book club and a free community.
Yeah, nothing like with the.
I just saw Vicky's comment.
With the with the core. with the core all the stuff that we do, like the live discussion, it's all like nothing's changing. We're not changing like the format of this book club. It's all going to be the same stuff. So
but more
but more.
Yeah.
But coolier. Yeah, we don't. Okay, I do not condone keeping secrets from your spouse. That being said, if you have your own personal book budget, that's your own business.
It's all good.
So, where do we start?
I have a list. Would you like me to reference my notesies? Please.
Don't. Oh God.
My notesies that you made fun of, but now you don't know what we're supposed to talk about. Okay, let me look at my notesies.
I don't like that word.
Okay. First thing that once again we already told y'all before, we mentioned it in another video, but we want to touch on again is the Amazon store. That is something that obviously will get updated monthly because we have categories. There's 4 main lists in it right now. So
There it
to let
is.
you know, ooh. So the 4 main lists are. Oh, where'd they go? I opened the wrong window. The 4 main lists are our current. Yeah. Oh, we see it right there. Look how fancy your Lit Fam faves.
Yeah.
Our book of the month, which is going to be our current book of the month right now. Obviously, it is the first book of the Dresden File series. But we've also added. We'll always have the series in there. So if the book of the month is part of a series, we will have the entire series in this folder.
You had to add a lot of books this time.
I know I went through and added them all today.
Good Lord.
Yeah.
No, and actually, that is only the main series. That does not include any of the graphic novels. That does not include any of the outside side stories and whatnot. I just put the main series in there. And that's so if you are like me and you decide that you super love a book and you like want to go hardcore all in, they're there for you. So, and they're in order because of course they are. Ew, I would not put them in order. But also we have, past winners along with their series. So you can see we've got the 100,000 Kingdoms, that whole trilogy. We've got A Darker Shade of Magic, that whole trilogy. And those go back in chronological order for ease of finding. But we also have another category, which is all the runners up. So y'all notice every poll, we have 3 options for you to vote on.
Including Old Man's War.
Yes. And so the ones that okay, calm down. So the ones that don't win get put into this category, once again in reverse chronological order. So you can see Adam, focus. Adam, focus. So that if something else sounded super interesting to you from the poll video, you can go find it there and you can still get it. Okay, so a little fact about this Amazon store. These are not upcharged at all.
Lit Fam faves.
No. Okay, Lit Fam faves, yeah. We just added a couple of random things. We did put the Invisible Life of Addie LaRue in there because we did talk to Victoria about it during our Q&A with her recently, and she was very open and honest and wonderful and said, that this took her 10 years and it really meant a lot to her. So we did put it in there. Yes, right. We're all wearing PJs. Yay, Jay. So, yes. You mean you too, Steph? Okay. Okay. So, but here's the thing about the Amazon store. These are items that are already on Amazon that we've selected, just that we have put in categories that we like and we want you to be able to find. None of these are upcharged. These are all the exact same price if you were going to buy them from Amazon normally. So all this does is when you buy it through our store, when you use a link from our store, it just sends a tiny little percentage to us. It's a very tiny percentage, but it's a really, really easy way. And once again, we're not saying you have to go buy these from Amazon. We're just saying if you were already planning on it, this doesn't cost anything extra. And this is just a really, really easy way to help support the club. We literally get pennies per book, but over time, those pennies add together. And that's something that helps us because there are obviously, once again, free book club, but there are costs involved from our side that we're happy to put because this is our passion project. But we pay for our website and streaming software and all the equipment and everything that we use. That's just a monthly thing that we take care of. So this just kind of helps us try to cover a tiny little bit.
It's a little offset.
You want to help us go to the vending machine once a month.
What vending machine? Do you have one in your house?
I'll get some Skittles.
Ooh, Skittles.
Jay, and they ship to England. That's right.
Vicky, we got to talk about this. Are you starting this faction?
No, be supportive.
I got opposing faction. And it might be the old man's
Well,
award.
next June the poll might only have one choice on it.
I'm an old
Yeah,
man.
I feel like that's
If
no.
if it loses a third time or something, he
It will not lose.
automatically get it.
Okay.
But all of
Anyway,
these,
that's our
I'll,
Amazon
I'll
store.
say this. Yeah, all of these books are also linked via our website on literarillywasted.club. So if you go to any of our season pages, basically whenever you see a title or a picture of that book, if you click on that book, it'll take you straight to that product page too. So again, you don't have to do that. I'm going to be listening on Audible still. I'm not going to be supporting the
Lucas will
club
never-
myself, but
we can't, like, it knows.
Yeah, it knows us.
Amazon knows that it's us. It's really creepy. I tried to test it initially, and I tried to buy, like, this next month's book, and it was like, no. It was like, you can't, because that would count as, like, a discount. So we still have to buy everything full price, and we don't get anything of that back. Like, the whole point is Amazon wants us to advertise and to use their links. And if we do and people actually use it, then we, as someone said, we literally receive some pennies per book. But still, like, pennies add up, and it's helpful. I do want to say, while we're talking about Amazon, everyone...
This would be a first. This is a first. Nobody has ever felt threatened by me.
What? How? Why? I mean,
think
no.
it has to do with Old Man's War.
Old man's war.
Okay. But while we're talking about Amazon, this is something we actually were talking about earlier today between the four of us. And then we're like, wait, we should ask y'all and see what y'all think. Because we did add The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue, and that's like a pre-order that we're really excited about. And obviously, the Twilight book, that I forgot the name
Midnight Sun.
Yes, Midnight Sun came out yesterday. And I know a lot of people in the group were talking about that. And so we were wondering, would y'all want another category, or would y'all want a list in the Amazon store that, even if it's not a book that we're reading, or not specifically a book that we have addressed or talked about, would you want really popular or exciting new releases, pre-orders? Would you want to see those in a category as well? Like, we don't want to complicate things for y'all. We don't want to make things hard to find. We don't want to inundate y'all with like, oh, new things are for sale, go buy them. But if y'all, like, is that something y'all would want? Like, please comment feedback so we know, like, if you know there's a big release coming out.
That's a resounding yes.
Okay. Yeah. So okay.
Yeah, and I think
we can start a thread in the group later, and like know that like we can add Midnight Sun. I'll move Invisible Life of Addie LaRue to that list, but we can have like, we've got to come up with a cute name for it.
Yeah.
But we can add a category that's like not necessarily a book that we're reading, but if there's a big popular new release or a pre-order, we can have a list for those as well. And that's another way. If you had already planned on getting it,
member's choice. I like that, Sarah.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, so that way, once again, if you were already planning on ordering it, it's just another way we can help support the club.
Yeah, and guys, we always want to be totally transparent with you all, because it's really your club too. So
that's good.
Featured book club member book pick. Oh,
we could do a whole featured book club member. We'll do like a whole write-up.
So
like
if you pay $1,000 a month, no,
stop.
I'm joking. So the reality of our partnership, moving in a different world, is one of the sad things is we're not able to give you the 20% discount, but we also know that so many people don't have Second and Charles buy them anyway. The other part of that is the mostly mystery box. So any of these Amazon purchases, we haven't figured that out yet, so we're not going to have one this next month. But all of this kind of feeds into the beast of, we want to figure out a way to do that, but it's
that's a good idea.
Member profile pick. I like that.
Would that be like a random drawing thing? Like, would we randomly select a member like every month and they get to pick a book?
Also, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what this is about. My couch is not for sale.
I don't know, but that couch is awesome. That if you're an actual person, are you an actual person?
It's really hard to tell these days.
It is. Like, I don't want to offend, but.
All right, so I'm making notes.
Yeah, so member pick.
Yes, that's a good suggestion, and we're gonna probably do that.
What was the name? Sarah suggested a name.
What's the We got
Members' choice? No.
Members' choice. Yeah, members' choice.
choice.
She said
Members' choice.
Yeah. So that would be like list for popular new releases or pre-orders and things of that nature. Cool. Adding it to my notes.
Nope, you're gone.
Bring them back. Come on.
Can you still hear me? Okay.
All right, next topic.
Joke's on you because you don't even know what's next on the notesy list. Okay.
I can make it up. Oh my god.
No. Yeah. Okay. Boop, boop, boop. Okay. The next thing we wanted to do, and once again, this still falls into the support category, and also because Jean was asking about merch, and we're going to get to that in just a second, is bookmarks. We know, especially when we first started, a bunch of people wanted bookmarks.
You have one?
Yes, it's in the hat.
I get it.
That's where all bookmarks go.
Wait, here, just hand me the whole hat. Like,
The bookmark.
no joke. Okay, so this is what's on my mantle right now. If y'all were members, if you were a book club member in March, I bought this hat off Amazon, so that I could pull the magician's book out of it using
That's
fishing
good.
line. If you want to go back and watch the book video, I like to post a little video at the beginning of every book buzz.
Book
Ooh, I like
buzz.
that.
TM.
Book buzz. No, you can't do that. It was not your idea.
I know. It's Bethany's.
But I like that because we are literally wasted. Very clever, you guys.
Oh.
Did you just not
Yeah, I
get
just got it. I just like alliteration.
Oh man. Yeah, no, great job,
times.
you guys. I love that. Anyways, so I'd like to post a little video at the beginning of every month showing that we're transitioning to a new book. And the one for the magicians was I bought this hat and I got my rabbit. I have a pet rabbit named Toki, and I got him to like hang out next to it. It was very hard. It took a lot of tries. And then I used fishing line to pull the book up out of it. And also we have bookmarks.
Okay.
It's upside down. Anyways, this is an old bookmark. We're like tiny little, like we're tweaking the design just a little bit. But
Game on, Martin. Game on.
We should actually, like, with that suggestion, I bet we could like get Kevin Hearn to do like his mixed, because he does like live on Instagram and does mixed drinks.
Or
and
we can
stuff.
take a page from his book. We can make drinking the book like a monthly thing.
Drinking the book's a lot easier than cooking the book.
Okay, but we're gonna get to that in a second.
Okay,
'Cause
well,
we also
okay.
have a note for that. Okay. But good
Bookmarks.
point. Okay, bookmarks. So we had this idea that we're reprinting, we're tweaking the design, and we're reprinting all new bookmarks. And we want everybody to have one. So we thought if you go to our
But
website,
not
there's
just one. Okay, I'm sorry.
Oh,
Oh,
you
you ruined it.
if you go to our website, we have a support page set up. And if you want to support the book club, and I know that it's obviously, this is a crazy, what
Is
is
this the
everyone
right
saying? This is,
Is
I'm
this the right
supposed to go to-
You can
no.
click, yeah, right there.
Support us.
You can click support us, or there's an about. And there should be a pop-up, Adam. Are you getting the pop-up?
I
You
didn't
probably
click.
have been to.
Click it. So if you go to our support page, you can fill out your information. We're not stalky. We're not a company. We're not a corporation. It is literally
Those are
just
my
the
email
four of
addresses.
us. It is true. It's just the four of us. Stop. Oh my God. Was your email address in there?
Just email me whenever.
Both of
guys.
them.
Yeah.
Great. Cool. So if you
Don't
want,
scam at 'em.
You can.
if you want to send a donation, literally of any amount, there's a box where you can check where it says $1.
Yeah.
And that's literally
This
all
is-
all it could be. Like we know crazy times, really hard for a lot of people. But if you wanted to support, you can literally sign up to send just $1 and we will personally mail you 2 bookmarks. Each donation, whoever makes a donation in support of the book club, you get 2 bookmarks. You get one to keep for yourself and one to
Geekword.com.
give to a
Adam.
friend.
Do a fresh one.
What are
What?
y'all doing? Oh my
Or
gosh.
just
Okay.
messing around.
Did any of that make sense? Yes, it is PayPal, Nicole.
Yes,
So it
this is
set up
secure.
It's
So
very secure. You go in, you fill in your information. You can sign up to give literally just $1, and we will mail you 2 bookmarks, one for you and one for a friend. And that way, you're also telling everyone about our book club. Yay!
yeah, so guys, just as a security, our site is a secured site through Square. So, and it goes straight through PayPal. So obviously your privacy and everything is very important to us. We will never share
And we do not
any of
spam
that.
y'all. We occasionally send a newsletter, like once every 2 or 3 months.
We've
maybe?
sent 2 newsletters.
Yeah, and that's
ever.
if you have.
I'll pay you.
Okay, y'all are not being protective. Stop it. So, but like I said, we've sent. So yeah, Lucas has sent 2 newsletters in the past year, and it's when we've had a huge announcement coming up. So we are not at all in the business. Like I said, we are not a corporation. It's just the 4 of us. We're not going to spam y'all with anything. Ooh, Tristan used it for 4 books. That you're 4 books at one time. How does your brain?
No,
What?
I can't do that.
What?
I do that. Yeah, pretty regularly.
Jay said, "What is $1 in real money?" Like sometimes. No.
No, it's
No.
less. It's like 0.6 euros.
Yeah.
You don't do pounds in England still?
Yeah, they're pounds.
Oh, I don't know then.
Only for Jay. I'm sorry for every other book club member, but only for Jay, we would also accept a donation in English chocolate. Moving forward. So in that same vein, we have also been discussing merch. Yay! So we know this is something that we've been talking about forever, but we really have not been able to pull the plug on it until now. So woohoo! Because I know a bunch of y'all wanted like glasses and stuff before.
Plug?
Just would you let me read my notesies, Adam?
Trigger. Oh my
God.
God.
Do you want to do this? Do you want to give the presentation?
You pull the trigger on merch, not the plug.
We have not been able to pull the trigger on merch because our hands were tied. However, they are no longer, and we have so many exciting things that we want to create. And so we have some ideas of our own, but obviously we want to know what y'all actually want to buy because we don't want to design and like spend time making stuff and then y'all be like, "Oh, that's dumb. I don't want that," which is fair. Like, but like one thing that we were considering is like Christy found some really, really cool tumblers that look like basically giant wine goblets. They're stemless, but like we're trying to make sure that like these are things that we would have to ship to you. So we don't want to get anything that's glass, anything that we would have to worry about breaking in the process of getting to you. Yes, Deirdre, thank you.
I don't even like looking at
Put
that
it
word.
on there.
I missed it.
It's Noty time.
There's our first shirt.
So like, okay. So we just want to know some of the things that I'm just going to throw casual things that we had thought out.
Two things.
So we had thought about,
I spit everywhere.
we had thought about tumblers as a substitute for wine glasses since we don't want to have to worry about things breaking and shipping. But yes, wine tumblers, they're obviously options where we'd love to see if y'all have really cool ideas for designs. Like,
well, Kira even said, like, Kira, send us a direct message about design stuff. Like, can I say a thought? I mean,
is it dangerous, Lucas?
No. So one of the ideas that we've discussed in the past is potentially opening up. So we have the capability on our website to have a full e-commerce thing, and of course, right now we're just set up for PayPal, so that's how it would work. But we can have a full shop. Obviously, again, it's on 4 individuals.
Sorry, I'm just noticing. Julie says surveys with merch options. Yes, we will. We'll start a thread. We're going to start a thread in the group so everyone can chime in about merch.
Maybe we do like a Google form thing. That might be an easy way to get it. But we've talked about doing maybe limited run T-shirts also, where it's kind of like because we can do pre-orders, and that's the cool thing. So, you know, one of the things if you've ever ordered merchandise or dealt with branded things is we don't want to get, just as individuals, we don't want to order 500 T-shirts and then sit on 100 smalls and, you know, these odds and ends forever. So if we do, like tote bags, so we could have a limited run tote bag, and when we hit this order amount, we can say, great, we can print that now, and it would be kind of a limited thing. But that way, you know, it's not on us as the moderators to kind of foot all of that cost. It just helps us out a lot. So we've thought about limited run T-shirts, getting people to help design. So maybe we do, you know, hey, so and so designed this shirt.
So yeah, Brandy said pre-order for options. So honestly, that's probably how we'll function with a lot of the merchandise. Is we'll probably do a lot of things as pre-ordering first, so we can get a really good idea of exactly how much we need to get, and then everything can be in these limited runs. So we can do a lot of options. And I know a lot of people are saying yes, all the stainless steel, the insulated tumblers, for sure. Like those are really great options
been
with,
looking
like,
at
the
those a
logo
lot.
on them. So we've already looked at some of those.
Mhm.
And yeah, tote bags. We've talked about tote bags. We've talked about pajama pants. We've talked about t-shirts. We've talked about bottle openers and fridge magnets and coasters. Like, trust me, like, Christy has been doing a lot of research and like pulled a lot of cool stuff. So we can definitely build a survey and throw a lot of options out there. And then in the group, y'all can give us your feedback on, like, shoot, we could just do like rankings and see what seems most popular.
Yeah.
But I really loved the idea of, like, there's so many talented people in this group. If you have ideas
Yes.
or designs or things that you think would look cool, please share them with us, because we'd love to be like, hey, this design was
Ooh, that sounds
submitted
pretty
by
cool.
book club member so-and-so, and like, they're gonna get a portion of this, and the book club is gonna get a portion of this. And this is the thing that you can order, like, during this time window.
Yeah, and
Like,
we want to
that
keep the
seems
prices
fun.
reasonable too. Like, we're not going to be spending like $30 on a t-shirt, because I won't even spend $30 on a t-shirt. So
No, I'm
yeah,
gonna
we
spill
want it
stuff
to
on
be
it
attainable and just make sense for everybody, but give you guys an option, because I know everyone, including me, like, I've been wanting to do all sorts of fun stuff with all the ideas that we've had.
Limited number of signed book of the month. Jay, who's signing that book? We can't get that from the author. Do you want a book signed by author? Or just be like, I didn't write this book. Have fun reading it.
Watch
Love,
Ghostbusters, Adam. Kira has mentioned something cool about Patreon, and we haven't really. We've sort of explored that, but
We officially have one. I'm not going to say anything about it, but we've talked about it internally.
There are a lot of rules.
There's a lot of rules, but we have explored that, and I don't know, like, we don't want to also make people feel obligated to give to us. Like, that's just a big thing, is we want to make this attainable. Obviously, the content's always going to be free, like Talia said. If we have an author interview, great, free. You can access that. But we have explored that, and we may kind of continue to explore that, especially with the Mostly Mystery Box. There may be a way to kind of tie that in, but again, the Mostly Mystery Box would still be available for everybody to be able to win, if we keep moving forward with some of those ideas.
I just want to go back and
with the merch, we just got to make sure that every live stream we have something t-shirt worthy, that where I misspell something or something gets like catchphrase.
Yeah.
does Adam
Y'all
have
got-
to
y'all gotta
spell
come
once
strong in the
once a
comments.
month? I'm sure we can manage that.
And Adam, thank you for your donation. We really, really appreciate that.
Oh,
Yay!
I'm not talking to myself. There's another Adam in the group.
thank you, Adam. We do appreciate
Here,
that.
I
That is
wanted
fantastic.
to. Where did it go? I loved Vicky's idea. Here it is. You could do a design contest. Yes, if members submit designs, we could vote on the winners. Well, that's if we get a huge influx, because honestly, if all the designs are awesome, then we're going to want to utilize like a bunch of them. It just wouldn't all be at the same time. That is one thing I want to be really honest about. So obviously, these are all really exciting things that we want to do. Thank you for your donation, Adam, so much. That's so kind. Not Adam, the other Adam.
Window
Adam.
stickers. Yeah,
Um,
that's fair. Good.
But a lot of these things that we want to roll out. Yes, 2 shirts. Okay, here was one of my ideas. Who was it? And someone was dumb. I wanted to make a bottle opener that said "too slit to quit." I want someone to tell me that that's okay.
I like
but
it.
when it comes to this merch and all these things that we want to do, these are things that, like I said, it is just the 4 of us. So this is gonna take fair. I think so. This is gonna take us some time to implement. It's gonna take time for us to roll it out. We will be the ones personally
Shipping.
shipping and creating all of these things, but we love that. We want to keep all of this in-house. This is something very personal to us. So just know that, like, this is something that's not magically going to happen immediately and perfectly. So
I'm gonna put your comment up on the screen, because I think that, you know, this is something we definitely want to try to work towards. If we figure out the Patreon platform, figure out like a way that we can sustainably do something like every month, So that's an awesome suggestion. I think that'd be super cool if we could do that.
Yeah, and I'd be interested. Like, I know I support one Patreon a month. I give my buddy who runs a pinball website. It's a really niche hobby, but he runs a great website, and I give him $5 a month because it's my way of being like, look, I can give you it's like me buying you a beer every month. I just don't know how many people do it, and again, it's like we don't want people to feel obligated and it's too like transparency wise, like we don't know right now how much extra we can do for everybody, and that's just an honest thing.
We'll find out.
Like we'll find out, and like the merchandise, we will definitely have guidelines, because the way I see it right now is we'll probably wait for orders to build up, and we'll ship once a week. So we'll definitely let everybody know when we have maybe bigger orders, or once we get into t-shirts, we may ramp that up a little bit to get everybody what they ordered quicker. But just keep that in mind that we are 4 people all with day jobs trying to do bonus stuff in the evening. So
too slit to quit. Sorry. Okay, so Justin has a great comment that we've actually talked about before. Adam, can you pull that one up?
There it is.
You were ready. Non-merch related, we should feature 1 member per month or 1 per discussion as a guest host. We have actually been talking about this for a while. So that is something that we legit need to start like a sign-up sheet in the group for. So if that is something that you're interested in, and of course I know it would change per book, and I don't know how we would go about choosing that, because we want to keep every process as fair as possible. But that is something that we have talked about before, is actually rotating and bringing in more people into the discussion, so that if you want to be more active, you totally can. But also, if you're a super introvert, you don't have to, like, no fear necessary. Like, that is the joy of this club.
It's probably a good time to cover Melissa's question. I don't think she could be here, right?
So Melissa could not be here tonight because it's her dad's birthday.
Happy birthday,
Mr. Melissa's dad.
I think his name is Ron Howard. Because when I saw it, I was like, oh.
Her dad is Ron Howard?
No, not that one. Okay, but we had some book club members submit other questions because they couldn't be here with us. So we're going to cover those. We'll cover those, and then we'll talk about some other stuff. So Melissa had wondered, because she was one of our book club members who's somewhat local. She lives like 45 minutes away. So when we were live streaming from the Second and Charles stores, she would occasionally come and join us there at the physical location. So her question was, now that we're moving on from Toonsy, do you guys plan to stream from another venue eventually like before? Or are you going to stick to streaming from your homes even after COVID? By the way, Miss getting to hang out and making cakes. She made amazing
Oh my
cakes.
God. Those are really good.
They're beautiful and they tasted great. It was awesome. So I can only speak for myself here, and we all have 4 answers. Obviously, when it is safe to do so, we want to have really cool opportunities, whether it's like going to Dragon Con, which we're all going to miss really hard this year, or like doing random meetups, or if we have the opportunities to stream in unique locations in the future. Like, I think we're all really open to that. It's just, to be perfectly honest, right now that timeline is super unknown. What?
It's a guy named Tom Hanks.
Okay.
Wow.
So yeah, we all got thrown by that one. So yes, that is something that I think we're all really open to. But once again, that timeline is just really a huge unknown right now.
Yeah.
But there's like no guarantee right now.
Yeah. There's no guarantee. And what I will say is, it is much easier for us doing this format, just because what our normal day, just to paint a quick picture, is we would all get off of work around 5, basically hightail it 4:30. Yeah, hightail it to our houses to pick up equipment. Tally and I live the closest to Second and Charles and Hoover. We're only 10 minutes, 15 minutes with bad traffic, but still maybe 20.
Drive, maybe.
Well, anyway. Okay. So, but then we'd have to set up, we would have to wait, we would try to film stuff beforehand. And so, I mean, our entire evening was gone. I mean, it was a 4-hour ordeal from start to finish of leaving the house to getting back, and then we were just wiped. So I will say this is a much easier format just on us. So I think it would definitely be a special occasion type thing. But we're not ruling that out.
Once we get
And
into the literally wasted tour, excuse me.
Oh, the dog.
He got so
Yeah,
excited.
Bailey liked it.
But also, and that would once again be like, because I think I saw Vicky's comment. I hope you don't mean like you don't have to go to Dragon Con to meet us. Like we would have other things set up. Like, hey, we're all
we'll
gonna
totally
be,
do it,
we're
though.
randomly gonna be in this city, and we're gonna go grab a drink at this bar. Come hang out with us. Like we're gonna have other opportunities. Like I'm not saying, oh, you have to pay to go to Dragon Con to see CSU. Like that's so expensive. No. Yes.
Look who's here.
What's up, Robert?
Hey.
Robert,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you're not allowed to talk to people's hair unless you post a picture from what happened in the beginning of quarantine.
I heard about this hair.
My hair is amazing, Robert. You need to see it in person.
Well,
Okay, focus.
you know.
All right,
like
next
10 feet away.
topic.
Okay, so let's hit Stephanie's questions and then we'll get back to my actual notesy list. So Stephanie had a few questions. I love being prepared. One was, can we possibly think about doing a general chat video like once a month where we don't necessarily talk about books, but we just chat together about various things?
Like we're doing right now.
Yeah, except, less notesy, more hangouty.
Yeah.
I'm good with that. I know, like I said, we all have day jobs and obviously all of y'all have jobs and everything is bananas, but I think we're all open. Yes, it was a dark time, Robert, except for your head. Your head was real white. Like if we can manage to find times in our schedule, I don't know that it might be something that changes every month. It might not always be like the first Wednesday of every month, or it might have to be something that rotates based on what we're doing. Because also Adam and I sometimes have like a bonkers production schedule. Like I think, are y'all open to that? I'm open to
I'm
that.
open to it.
If like I said, as long as the schedules, you understood that it might have to be somewhat fluid, then yeah, we'd love to have more live stream hangy outy things.
And yeah, we can always try that Facebook rooms thing again.
Yeah.
That has potential, and we can see more of y'all's faces if you're into that. If you're not, then
It was a little
cool, too.
chaotic.
It's a little
it was
chaotic.
If it was noisy. I think we had people with noise going on in the backgrounds. But if we, organize it and we can, and y'all can set one up too. I think if you're in the Literally Wasted Lounge, I don't know if that's true, but somebody might just be able to like start a room. I don't know. Yeah,
That's comment.
Well, no,
Matt, you've missed so much. You need to go back and watch the beginning.
within the groups now, you can make a chat room, right?
yeah, I think anybody can, right?
I think. I don't know. We'll look at that.
So yeah.
Right,
I'd be open to do more hangouts.
All right, next on Stephanie's questions.
Okay, the second question, she said this is more of a joke question, but we're gonna address it. How come the ladies got to pick 3 books for their birthday and Adam only got to pick 1? LOL. And Lucas got to pick 1. Okay, Christy. Christy has a really good answer for this.
Yeah, so Adam's birthday was in June, so we were picking the book in May, and that was like kind of right at the beginning of the quarantine stuff and the COVID stuff when it hit really hard. So up until this last month, we were working with Second and Charles with their like stock of books to make sure that they were able to offer books that we chose, which was great for everybody, I think. But
except me.
Except Adam. Because of the pandemic, their stock kind of went crazy. Like, I guess their stock went really low and they stopped being able to get a lot of books. And so our choices went down drastically. So Adam had chosen 3 books initially, and then they said 2 of them wouldn't work because they just didn't have the stock on it. So then he picked 2 more and they weren't good either. So we finally just gave up and threw in some other good books from our list, but that's why Adam only.
But you didn't vote for it.
Yeah.
Hey, we got V.E. Schwab out of it.
We did get
We did.
We did.
And I think Old Man's War is probably going to have a third chance.
It'll be in every poll until somebody picks it.
Stop. But I mean, that's something that Christy was dealing with every single month, is that we had to work within these certain parameters. And now that she doesn't have to do that, our choices really are going to be able to open up. And Sissy, is there anything else that you wanted to speak to? Because that actually leads into a point that was like our next bullet point. Because Stephanie's last question was, how do you decide which books we vote on each month?
Yeah, so that's changed drastically. with Second and Charles, you know, we have the announcement on the group that's like, give us your book suggestions. So I made every suggestion you guys gave us into this enormous spreadsheet. And then I put a bunch of books from my personal to read list on there too that I thought were appropriate for the
Christy
club.
is the queen of Excel spreadsheets. Sorry,
That's-
continue.
That's an understatement.
It's true. It borders on a problem, but you guys get to benefit from it. So every month I would choose like 5 to 10 books and send them to Second and Charles, and they would choose 3 that worked with their stock and everything, which is kind of why we weren't able to do a lot of themed months, because if you're choosing like 5 to 10 books in the same theme, it's really hard.
It also whittled all of her options down really fast, because sometimes she legit was sending like a dozen books and it would get narrowed down to 3, or sometimes even less if stock was low, and they would have to supplement and be like, well, here's some other options to look at.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, but now we have so many more options because we can choose whatever we want. And like, we're still making a huge effort to make sure that they're available. I always check Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Books A Million, and the library, like the ebooks that are available, just to see what you can get, because I want them to be available and I don't want y'all to have to spend too much money on it, because that's super important to me.
Yeah.
Like, don't you have, like, I just, out of curiosity, I'd love for you to share what all of the parameters are for books when you add them to the list, because Christy has this, okay, like, we each have our own role of like things that we're mainly responsible for to keep this book club running. Okay, Christy's in charge of all the stuff that has to do with books for the book club. And what are they? There's a bunch of things.
But it'd be nice, you know, you can say what you've been looking at, but if y'all like have, you know, if we can, you say like, oh, that's the size of book that you generally try to pick. I can read a book that's 1,000 pages in 2 weeks.
So try no book under 250 pages.
Under 250 pages?
No book under 250 pages. We don't want a book that's too short.
Oh, okay, got
And
it.
then
blow through, yeah,
and no book over like 520, 30 pages. It just depends on the book, because we don't want it to be too big of a commitment, either. Because I know sometimes those are big. Like 100,000 Kingdoms was bordering. If we had read Leviathan Wakes, that should probably have not come on the poll because it's like 560. But
it's so good.
It's really good. Yeah, no, and that is totally understandable, which is why we try to avoid long books. Also, just making sure that they're in the science fiction, fantasy genre, and I think a lot of people really love horror, but a lot of people don't. So we kind of try to stay away from those. Oh, Jay, you're gonna be very excited about what's next. September?
Yeah.
September is science fiction options.
Oh, and that poll
alert.
is coming out on Friday, right?
Probably.
Hopefully.
Adam, we'll find out. Like I said, we each have our own little things that we're in charge of that we have to juggle on top of everything else.
Yeah.
But there are other things. Like, she always cross posts, like, and she looks at people's reviews and like,
there's
a ton of research.
Yeah. And sometimes sometimes the majority of people have the same problem with the book, and we try to avoid those, just trying to make it friendly for as many people as possible. So that's pretty much it.
So, but in that same vein, our next bullet point was about polls, because we had a book club member recently say that they thought, like, why do we choose specifically 3 options instead of 2? And we wanted to discuss that with y'all too, because I think there are pros and cons of 2 options versus 3. Obviously, we like having multiple options because it gives y'all more opportunity to discover new books to read outside like our designated book per month. And we want to make sure that everyone is learning about new books and seeing new options and getting new recommendations, and like that we're all getting to share that. On the flip side, it would make voting a lot easier if there were only 2 options and we wouldn't be splitting the vote so much all the time. So I have trouble deciding there, because I see the positive and negative of both of those things. So we'd love to hear what more of y'all think. Martin, you can't compromise with 2.5 books. So, but no, that's kind of what our reasoning has been. And like I said, Christy always picks more than that, and it got narrowed down to 3. but that is a ranked. Okay, so this has been brought up before too. Mike Cornelison said the ranked choice voting. I don't know how to implement that on Facebook. Do you, Adam?
What is that?
I'm just using Facebook polls. So
Yeah,
Mike,
so that's the thing.
you want to program something?
Oh,
for us?
yeah, like you choose your first, second, and third choice. Is that
Yeah,
what that is?
Yeah, I don't know how we would utilize that on Facebook. Facebook sometimes does not make things super easy. There's a reason why the poll is always in the group instead of on the page, and it's because the polls on the Facebook page only give you 2 options, and we wanted to.
I don't even know if you
more.
can do them anymore.
Oh my gosh, really?
So can I give my feedback as a member?
Yeah.
So I would have never discovered any of these books. Let's just be honest. So for me to even hear the titles and hear what it's about, like I've actually like Snow Crash sounded really interesting to me.
It
And
does.
I went ahead and I know Jeff really loves
It's
it.
on the shelf.
And it's
Yeah,
on
we
the
got it.
like I went ahead and got it on Audible. That to me, that's part of the cool part as just a member of this is the discovery, like you said. So I would vote for 3, but again, I'm not sitting here. I'm trying to sit here right now in your shoes, and just that would be what I would say as just a member of the
Donna
community.
has a great point.
What's
One is the loneliest number that
choose?
Oh
It's
no!
just the loneliest one.
I also Kimberly, she was in the comments earlier. She said that like every single month, she always chose the last place book, so her choice never gets chosen, and this might help even that out a little bit. I don't know.
You got to do the George Costanza method and like do the opposite of what you would do.
But Christy, you've made this a great point before. Okay, like you can pretty much tell in the poll, like after 24 hours, you can kind of tell who's winning. So here's the thing. You do have an option. You're actually allowed to change your vote. You can go and change your vote. So if you notice, like, because we leave the poll up, we try to leave it up for like a good 4 or 5 days before we make the announcement. If you see that your book is losing, you can change it to another option so that to your second choice, basically.
Yeah.
So then it does kind of whittle things down to 2. But do you need help?
What is that?
Okay,
It's a
so
mango chunk.
time out. Talia has been making these frozen beverages with rum and pineapple juice and orange juice, and then she puts like frozen mango and stuff in it. And so
then you put it in the freezer.
these are my
and make it
remnants
into a
of the
slushie.
mango, and so if I look like I'm really
So your
struggling,
fruit
it's
soaks
because
up all the
I am
rawness.
trying. It's like the fruit at the bottom yogurt,
But
but
to be fair, this is what I
I
was.
look a little special.
This is what I was drinking the other night when I totally forgot what the name of the book that we were supposed to be reading was.
I see.
Stormborn.
Hey, excuse you.
It
It's
was a
right
book.
there on
I was-
top. It is a book.
I was impressed that it's legit a book, like right next to.
I didn't make that up. It is a book. It's right over there. Okay.
Something else that just occurred to me during this, we were talking about the page limits. You know, last October we ended up doing 2 books because we accidentally chose a really short book. We could make that like a yearly thing, and once a year we do 2 short books in a month, and that way we can get some of the classics. Like I know Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy is really short,
Yeah.
but
Ooh,
there's a lot of people who would love to read that.
I just bought a 3-part comic series of Hitchhikers that was made in 1993. You can't find it, but I picked it up on eBay. It was like $15.
And wasn't that we did that because didn't we do that because October there was like an extra Wednesday, right? The way that the month fell, it allowed to have that because we were able to have that extra time to read.
Yeah.
So I think that's something we can consider if we're looking ahead at the calendar and we see, hey, there's a month coming up where structurally
Has
it
5
falls to
Wednesdays.
where we have an extra Wednesday, then we
That's a
totally
short
could
one.
do like we could do 2 little shortsies.
Mhm.
And then
some-
I do
Sorry,
Go ahead.
something else we could do is I'm in another book club, and December's always so I know. December's always so busy that we have one book that's through December and January, and we always make it a really long book. And so we could possibly do something like that so we could read some of the longer science fiction and fantasy. And there's a bunch of those out there that we're unfortunately missing out on just because they're too long.
Yeah, no, I like that idea because it is December makes things like really,
We-
really hard.
We
And so last year we did the comic, which was really nice. And then we just kind of took a break. But if we didn't want to take a break because we all miss each other, then we could just do like one big monster book over 2 months. And that sounds like fun.
Oh, Vicky.
Yeah.
Hey, it's not
true.
being. It's called being
Oh,
very
there's a-
friendly.
Yeah, and we had another person. I don't remember who it was early on in the in the comments ask about graphic novels.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
and maybe that's another thing too. Maybe since they're shorter, maybe in December you do 2 graphic novels. I don't know. It's that's where your feedback always plays into what we do.
Trish,
Yeah.
every time I look at your picture, I just think about how like perfectly even and smooth your bangs are. I just wanted to tell you that. I've thought about it for like a really long time. But anyways, like every time I've seen your picture, I'm like, man, her bangs just swoop. So
They're
perfectly.
banging,
They are.
bangarang.
Oh God, you ruined it. Okay, so
Wait, this Nicole,
Oh.
is that you don't mind or you don't like?
It could
no,
be.
she
Don't
doesn't like Mike. It's Mike. Yeah,
I just
I
have
do
to
not,
know.
Mike.
I make the typos around
I
here.
do not. I'm just mixing it up. Yes, please clarify because we'd like to know if you don't mind it or if you don't like it. Because that's a big.
She doesn't
I
like
do.
it.
Oh, she likes the idea of switching
Okay.
it
She
up.
does like it. Okay.
Cool.
She likes it.
Cool.
Cool.
Cool, cool,
I'll
cool,
take this
cool.
next one. So this next one,
Oh, yeah.
if
This
you
is good.
remember, nobody talks about it, and I just kind of let it fizzle out because we've had so much. I don't even remember what pulled me off of it. It may have been some
Being
work
busy.
stuff. Busy. But for a while, and I did multiple episodes. We did a series called Adventures in Reading. So that was kind of a middle of the month and the in between weeks where I would either poll you guys or just go ahead and pick a choose your own adventure, and the audience would vote in the comments as to how the adventure unfolds. And it was a lot of fun, and we would have 10 to 15 to 20. I think at most we had the 30 35 people, but
It depends on how severe the quarantine was.
it depends on how severe the quarantine was. But we haven't done it. I haven't even really thought about it much, but go ahead and comment if you want to see Adventures in Reading come back. We can definitely put that back into the mix. We just have to kind of figure out when. And maybe it's, and I'm just throwing this out, there's no promises again, but maybe we do put that in a shirt.
No,
Oh, we can't. We don't own it.
We've got a cool little logo. I went on a hunt for different choose your own adventure books, and I found one, an old one called, oh God, what's it called? I can't remember, but R.L. Stein actually commented on my Instagram being like, where did you find that book?
That was the most geeked out
I've
ever seen you get over an
I've never
author
even-
over a book. He was like, R.L. Stein commented on my Instagram.
So
To be fair,
yeah.
that's amazing.
No, it's super cool. When V.E. Schwab liked one of my Instagram posts, I was like,
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
when Neil Gaiman did one, like at the
I
very
know, I
beginning,
was
that was so exciting.
"Ah!"
Yeah, we've definitely geeked out, especially with the authors responding back to us
Yeah,
when
no
we, because all of the author interviews that all came straight from us. We reached out to either their publicist or to them directly, or went through a series of chains to get in front of these people, and so far we've done fairly well with that. So
Yeah,
okay,
that actually had nothing to do with our partnership with Second and Charles.
Yeah,
that was
just our charm.
We held it together pretty well in front of the camera, but on the inside, we're like,
as soon
Yeah.
as the discussions were over, we were like, did I go good? I think it went good.
All right, so I think we're gonna bring back Adventures in Reading. I thanks, like for real. Thanks for the comments, because it's just one of those things that with COVID and everything else going on, it's just kind of.
That's a really good point. So
What's that?
Nicole is saying they were a lot of fun, but her lives were having major lag, so she was seeing the comments way before it got to the option. And that is true.
I
So
didn't
that
even
is
think about
something that was an issue when we were like, because remember, I was having to like manually monitor the comments. So it was like, make this decision or make this decision.
Here's the
And
easiest.
Facebook polls. Is, like,
Facebook
not
polls is
good for
garbage. The easiest way to do it is on Twitch, but I don't want to force you guys to go onto another platform. Anyway, that kind of brings up other bonus content. So we've kind of touched on this a little bit, like ranking the book.
So okay, I'm gonna be real with y'all. There is another cooking the book.
Oh,
It was like a
it's
cooking.
filmed.
It was like
There's
a,
almost.
yes. There was
almost a year ago.
hey. There was a cooking/drinking the book that we filmed.
What book was it for? I can't even remember.
It
We have always
doesn't
said
matter.
Castles.
It was before. Okay, would you like?
It was
to finish
October,
the
yeah.
Story. It was not in October. We chose October's books. It was in December because it was before the holidays, because we said the drink would be a good idea for a Christmas party, and then we didn't do it. Okay, listen. So here's what happened.
Yes.
We filmed the thing, okay? So Christy made amazing thing that we're not going to talk about, and then I made a horrible
It was
thing.
Rarebit.
No, shit. We're still going to do it.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
the
Oh,
Rarebit.
yeah, here we are.
So Christy made Adam.
You will all forget what it is by the time it comes out.
Hey, man, y'all are so not supportive. Look, here's the thing. Life got really friggin' busy. We did film another Cooking the Book legit in December of 2019. And guess what? I never edited it. So
It takes so much time. Like, guys,
So I'm
if
going
you've
to
never
plan-
edited videos, and
It's not
Adam
fun.
does it like in his sleep.
okay,
but-
Adam is a professional. I am not, okay? So it took me forever. And then finally, I'm not going to lie to you, I straight up forgot about it for a really long time. And then, so I was going to re-edit it, put it together with a little disclaimer in the beginning saying, hey, this is a throwback episode, in case you were wondering why all of a sudden my hair is super long and I'm way skinnier. But like, we did this episode forever ago. But I want to know, like someone brought it up earlier, drinking the book or cooking the book, is that like, know that that's not something that's going to happen monthly, because it does
Time.
take so much more time. But if that's something that y'all are open to, yes, Joe, if that's something that y'all are open to, just because it is a lot of work, I want to make sure that like y'all actually want it, because if y'all don't want it, it's a ton of work to put something out there. So
and that's why,
yeah, no, our night circus mice were rats. They were New York City rats. They were huge.
They were
They
good,
were
though.
delicious.
but
They were
in
so
honesty,
good.
Adventures in Reading came from me. Basically, anything I've been creating it's like homework assignment for me, because I wanted to get better at streaming, so it wouldn't always be on Adam's shoulder to have to carry the load of doing all the tech work, and to just get better. And so that's why I started that. I was like, I needed an
Live streaming is
excuse.
great,
But
because
live
there's
streaming-
no editing.
Yeah, when you go live, you're editing and your prep work's on the front end of building all the scenes, but then once you're done, you can walk away. And so it is really hard for us to find the time to do pre-edited stuff. And I think that's why we haven't really done any reviews or, any of that other kind of content.
But if you actually, I will say, I am going to finish this one. It's going to take me a minute, so don't hold your breath. But if the reception on this next episode, this throwback episode, if y'all will be honest, but not mean, honest, and tell me whether or not you enjoy it, we can judge based on that feedback. If maybe it's something that we do bi-monthly. And by bi-monthly, I mean once every 2 months, not twice a
And
month.
we could set it up like drinking, like if we just went with drinking the book.
Well, I don't want to pigeonhole us into that, because
I
a book
know.
might offer us a great opportunity to cook something. So I see it.
Like a
I love this
charcuterie
idea.
board. Okay.
Yeah. Ooh.
Yeah.
See, that
That
was
would
my
be
main
fun.
thing. Because, like, we had talked about that before. Like, we had said, well, what if we just did a live stream of trying to make the recipe? But sometimes it's boring, because sometimes it's like this one stage might have to be in the oven for 45 minutes. Like, who wants to watch
That's
that?
true.
I'd watch that.
No, you wouldn't.
Yeah, I mean, Vicky, like that's a valid point. I'm amazed at what people watch in streams, and like I turned on. It was around Christmas time, and there was some lady wrapping Christmas
Ooh.
presents on the floor with really crappy production values, and she had like 3,000 people watching. Literally.
Oh my God, that's so
That's good.
good.
Oh, that's amazing.
Oh,
Okay,
man.
next topic.
That's fantastic. Ugh.
Okay.
Okay, so yeah, so know that will come out, and I'm going to be expecting y'all's feedback on it, but be nice.
All right,
Okay.
so Adam,
Oh,
this one's a little bit more you and me. So
You
We
and me?
yeah, you and me.
He
So-
doesn't know that reference.
Adam and I are gamers, right? We love to game. We love video games. We love geeking out about video games. And we haven't advertised this in the book club for multiple reasons. We didn't want to inundate people. But we took our formula with Literarily Wasted, and we have made a game club. So Adam, look at that.
I read your mind.
So I don't know if you like video games, or if you're trying to get into video games, or if you have someone else that you know that loves video games. But our kind of our umbrella is Geek Word, and then within Geek Word is Literally Wasted. But we have the Geek Word Game Club. So we've done 2 months now. So we started with a game called Wander Song. And then last month we had a game called Ori and the Blind Forest. So we just wanted to invite you guys, if you like what we do here, we're trying to get Christy and Talia a little bit more involved. But Christy plays. We're going to try to find an easier entry game for next month, but we do
That's
the
like
same
a really
formula.
nice way of saying Talia sucks at video
No,
games, so we haven't been able to pull her in yet.
So what we want is just, it's really the same thing. So we have the Geek Word Game Club. So if you look at it on Facebook for the Geek Word Game Club, you can go join that, and it's really the same thing as the Literally Wasted Lounge, except it's video games. We have less people. But I encourage you to go find that if you have any interest in video games, or if you know somebody that you're like, hey, I know you're not an avid reader, but you like video games, and I'm part of this club. Why don't you go join their video game thing? So we do the same thing. We put it up to 3 different games, and we try to really kind of follow Christie's criterias in a way where we're not going to pick a game that's way too long. We want it to be accessible and not break the bank, because a brand new video game is going to be $60. We're not aiming at that. So like the game that we have this month is, Adam, you bought it in a game package for what, like $10 or $5
$10 for like 1,000 games.
Yeah, so I bought it on Nintendo Switch for I like physical copies. So I am with video games as Talia is with her books. So I will spend $30 on a physical copy.
So anyway, join the game club if you're into it.
Okay, I do real quick. I want to acknowledge. So I was going back and scrolling through some of the comments that I missed. Congratulations to Victoria Robertson, who has a baby in December. That's coming, yay! But she was saying she's jealous because she cannot drink until December. Ooh, margarita sounds good. I'm not gonna lie. I had. Was it you or my mom? I had someone bring me a bottle of champagne as soon as our son was born.
I think it was your mom, maybe.
And then I was like, hey, also bring me like Korean food and like all the kimchi and like sushi and things that I wasn't allowed to eat when I was pregnant. And then someone ate all my Korean food when I was in the hospital.
Who?
Anyways, Joe, I don't know how to speak like Julia Child. Okay, and now I'm caught up.
So yes, so Game Club, and then just the other aside with Geek Word, Adam, if you want to throw that one up. If you want to hang out with Adam and myself, we've been streaming a lot of video game content through our Geek Word channel, so you can go follow Geek Word and join the Game Club. We're on Twitch with Geek Word Games, and on Facebook just Geek Word. But we do the same thing. We multi-stream. We haven't seen any success or audience with YouTube, so we haven't been doing that. But we've been trying to pull. We're on Twitch. So go give us a follow on the Twitch if you're at all interested. Again, obviously no pressure, but Adam and I love doing that stuff. And
it was not Flopsy. We didn't have her yet. Lucas ate my Korean food in the hospital room.
Flopsy.
And Vicky, I actually can't read Hangul if you want to tell me what it says. So those are all of our bullet points in our noteses. If y'all have any suggestions, this is important. If y'all have anything that you've been waiting to say, any ideas that you have, any suggestions, any complaints would be nice. Like anything that, like feedback that you think we need to hear. Now is your moment. We want to read it, and then I'll read it out loud, and then we can all hear it.
Emily, that schedule, you asked if we could post the schedule. The gaming schedule is posted on the Geek Word Facebook page. Right?
I'm gonna go repost that new one. So I'll post the new one. We've tweaked it a little bit, but the days are the same.
My mom makes the best Korean seaweed soup, and yes, she made me a ton when I was pregnant and when I was breastfeeding, because it's super great for that. And also, anytime I'm sick or if I'm starting to feel sick, I will call her and be like, I don't think I feel good. I need some.
So we want to hear y'all's ideas too. Like we threw our ideas at you, but like if you have ideas for stuff that you want to see us do, like we're always open to suggestions. So
So,
Okay, here's a
you take
comment
it,
from
Brittany?
Brittany.
Yeah.
Brittany Resto says, I think it was missed earlier. Could you add the Kindle versions to the Amazon store? I'm pretty sure because we tried to test this, but we haven't been able to solidify, obviously, because it doesn't tell us. I think when we add a book, even if I try to add just like the paperback version of every book, I'm pretty sure as long as you click the link through our store, you can change the format
let's
and
find
it will still add it like it's one
it'll
of our
still,
items.
yeah, like
We're pretty sure. Also, a fun fact: if you're buying a bunch of other stuff from Amazon, like no, legit, because this happened. Because we got it from someone else. So, say you're buying a bunch of school supplies right now. And so you've added, notebooks, paper, pens, whatever, to your Amazon cart, and then you go and you add one of our books because you're like, oh, I need next month's book, I forgot, and you add it. We technically get pennies from every single item in your cart, as long as one of the items in your cart is from our store. So if you go through our link, we'll technically get that tiny percentage from your entire cart total. So that's a super cool thing.
It doesn't say anywhere.
yeah,
It doesn't say, like, we won't get, and it's different for every single item, like, obviously.
I know that when I
sometimes
go
it's
to like, whoops.
Well, also you're on here, just so y'all know, I think Stormfront is on sale right now, the Kindle version for $2.99. So if you need
yeah.
it, now might be a good time.
So like if you click up at the top, it says Amazon.com, blah, 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 X literally wasted, blah, blah, blah. But then you switch it and then it doesn't say that anymore. So I don't know if that means anything.
Yeah, it's gonna be a trial month for us. I have no idea.
We're still, this is our first month. We're still figuring it out. So I'm also surprised that it doesn't say that for you, because when I went before and I tested it, it still said literally wasted. But we'll keep testing that, and it's gonna honestly kind of be trial and error for a while.
Free time.
I
Free
wish.
time. Oh, what?
Can we add free time to the merch store? Oh, he wants free time.
No.
I wish we could. If
Oh,
I knew how
like
to
to
bottle it up
buy
and-
time?
Oh, if I could bottle up
That's
free
a good
time and
point.
sell it.
Pull
I
up
would.
Dan's comment. That's important for those who don't know. He said Stormfront Kindle is always $2.99. They hook you with that, and then you have to
Okay.
pay more for the
Oh,
Kindle
that
book.
sucks.
Oh, you jerks.
But it's great for the first book.
I mean,
And
yeah.
you need to read the series anyways. It's fine.
I mean, I just goes there. And right next
Yeah.
to Bob.
Joe had an interesting, like a challenge coin thing. So I actually Tally has been, I think you're kind of done, but last year she bought pins for every single book that we read. So she's got this
It's a very heavy tote bag.
it's like a tote bag with a clear
Very
clear
heavy.
front where she displays all the pins. We actually kind of talked about that at one point, where if we did buttons or something where it's like you have a button of the month too that you got, and maybe that's a Patreon thing. I don't know. I'm really totally brainstorming right now, but we have kind of talked about something like that. But again,
I don't
it's
know what
just
a challenge coin is.
I don't know what the challenge coin is either. Is that a
Oh, I thought it
drinking
was
game?
a video game reference. What?
No.
Help me. I don't know what that means. Explain it
No,
to
it's
me.
like a thing. I've heard of challenge coins,
Oh.
but I can't.
Yes, it's an Ita bag.
Ita bag.
It's a giant, very heavy. It's very heavy. It's totally empty and still very
Yeah,
heavy
it's just a
because
just
I have
a
a
nice
huge pin
coin.
collection.
Yeah, Vicky, that's what I was talking about. Like getting a design that represents the book and then doing it just a punch button thing. But again, as you can imagine, then one night you have to dedicate. Great, I'm printing all this stuff out. We're doing punch buttons this night, and it just takes that much more time. But that's totally something we could maybe consider if there's like a Patreon type thing, a pocket coin.
Yeah. So
I don't ever carry coins anyway.
You're not
but-
supposed to.
There's a shortage.
So yeah,
I
we
don't
want to
know.
hear all your ideas. We want to do all the things. This is now like,
My cat just jumped off the table. Sorry.
you know,
Sorry,
like
shaking.
we're now in a position to like really make this the club of the
Ours.
people.
Yeah, whatever we want,
Yeah.
whatever y'all want.
Buddy,
Freedom!
come on, man. Quit
Like, I
scratching
have a
your
tail
face.
sticking out of my head. Sorry. Here's cat. This way. Okay, there we go.
That's Hugo.
Vicky says, "You see me,
the
please."
stream is just like, here's our pet.
But I
We're
think
not talking about books. Here's our pet.
not to distract from book club, but with their geek word thing, we keep that open to about anything that you could geek out about. So there's really no limits as to what we could do over there either. But yeah, I want to know, what do y'all want to do? Bookish.
But yes, once again, just a reminder, we have so many things that we want to do, but it is just the four of us, and things will take time. A lot of this is brand new things that we are trying, brand new ventures. A lot of it,
some of you to actually do some stuff.
a lot of it's going to be an experiment at first. So feedback, yes, feedback necessary all the time, so we can make sure that we get things right, so that everyone in the club is happy and content with where we are or which direction we're going.
Yeah,
Kathy,
so go ahead.
Ooh,
This is basically
a scarf.
like with our shirts, especially even if they have inside jokes on them, like Toos. Nobody's gonna get that, but we'll get them. And if we
Right.
see you wearing it around, or
Too
somebody-
slit to quit.
we'll know you're part of the Lit Fam army, and we'll be like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Kathy,
Yeah.
Hugo is named after Hugo Boss because he's wearing
He's a tuxedo cat.
he's wearing a tuxedo all the time.
Oh, I would have
Yes.
named him James Bond.
But his
Yeah.
name warped into Hugo, Hugie Badoogie,
BD.
Beatty.
But you have to say it in a
Beatles.
really, really annoying voice.
Well, this is Buddy, but his name is the Bee, the Sweet Bee, or Sweet Dog, or the Baby Boy. So
Yeah.
But we also have another tuxedo. She's a cranky old lady with arthritis, and she doesn't like coming in the living room. And she's very, very chunker and very, very fluffy. And so when she lays down, she turns into a big, perfect circle. And so her name is Liza, but her last name is Round. So her
Yeah,
name
that's
is Liza Round. Get it?
Nice.
Get it?
So if I had a mask, and I've kind of thought about this, I would just want one where it's like the logo on the side, because
Really? I want one that looks like an open book, so it looks like your face is actually shoved in the
oh,
book.
that's kind of fun.
I think that would
Oh,
be
yeah,
looks
that's
like
a
a
good
big
idea.
freaking open book, Wine
That's
tumblers.
but yeah, Nicole said
Oh.
that, like, if we had,
All of
we'll
it.
take you up on this. We'll take you up on like recruiting members to help.
But that's like, we also, like, I'm happy. Anyone who wants to help, like, that's amazing. But I also don't want anyone to ever feel like you have to. Like, if you join this
Yeah,
club and you
yeah.
never want to do anything except read, and every now and then maybe send one little comment or like a meme,
Yeah, like honestly,
like, that's enough.
the biggest thing anybody can ever do
Okay.
the biggest thing anybody can ever do is share this with one other person, right? Because if we can get one other person and then that person shares it, and because I'll say this, we have the most positive group on the internet that I'm a
So
part of, especially with the
thankful.
number of people that we now have. I mean, we've got
So glad y'all are nice, awesome, wonderful,
Yes.
not sucky people.
not
Yeah.
Like, for real, I know that sounds harsh.
so
but,
Jean,
like,
Jean brought
the
this up
internet can
earlier
be a
about classics,
terrifying place.
taking a deviation to a classic.
Mm.
Like Old Man's War.
Oh my. You have to wait until June of 2021. I say if we wait until June of 2021, it is a one chance. How about we just have two poll options, and it's either Old Man's War or Old Man's War.
Yeah, he's
There.
cursed with that Halloween costume.
Sphere, you do. Thank
Aw.
you. Sphere's dealing that lit wasted on the streets every day. we do like, it does not go unnoticed, guys. When you share something
We
or
see it.
like,
Sometimes Facebook doesn't let us like it because of privacy settings, and Facebook is real funny sometimes, but know that we see, like, the great things that y'all do.
I just had a
We
bunch of
just-
comments.
We
Like,
just can't always, like, comment on it. Wow, where'd you go?
If this happens, I won't tell you.
Aw, that would be so funny, though.
I'm gonna be like, I
Oh,
loved
yeah.
it. It was so good. I'm so glad you read this.
Yeah. I don't regret wasting the entire month. It's fine.
Oh, that's hilarious. I kind of hope it happens that way.
Oh, that'd be so funny. Oh, man.
Well, there's only one way to find out.
Oh, you have to wait.
and we have other projects in mind too. Like, my brain is constantly reeling. Adam's
It's true.
got
We
all
gotta-
sorts of stuff. We have so many ideas, and there are active projects that we can't talk about that are in the works that hopefully
we don't
one
even
day
know what
we'll-
they are.
we'll get to. I'm working on a project. It's going to be a geekward thing. But yeah, when it's going to be a thing, Talia, and
I
people are
just
going to
was
love it.
looking. That's what my face looks like.
People are going to love it. You're going to love it.
Yeah, we'll get you to lecture, Katie. But yeah, everyone's volunteering. So we've got the Lit Fam Army coming out and saying like, we're going to make this book club the biggest, best book club in the planet.
And even if it's not the biggest, it's going to be the best and the most fun and the most positive. And that's what really matters, because the world today there's enough in it, and we need some escape, and we need some camaraderie that's positive and affirming. And
Yeah, for real though.
Great.
Like,
Y'all are making nice comments now.
I make,
I'm just gonna read them all.
I have a day job where I make videos for the internet, and it gets, it's pretty popular. But I'm so passionate. This is where my passion is. I love this. This is like what I look forward to. And so I'm super thankful that we did this and that y'all are here because, yeah.
Are you laughing at Kathy's comment?
It's
are
just
we
like,
mole people?
Oh no, I was laughing at Kathy's comment where she says, "I'm this close to an empty nest."
oh yeah.
Is that a good thing? Oh. And Jay's comment.
And
thank
Jay,
you,
for Jay,
staying
God
up
bless you.
So late.
It is so late.
so late on the other side of
Yeah, it's
this
tomorrow.
planet.
You're in the future. It's tomorrow where you are. But yeah, so this is where like this is the thing that like gets me through the day, and I'm like, I can't wait to hang out with y'all and do Literarily Wasted, because I love it.
Because y'all are the best. Not even the toost best. You're the third best.
Yeah.
The third best.
Yeah, many more typos to come.
Yeah, not even on purpose. They will happen organically. Believe it.
Yeah. It almost said the next chipotle at the top, but I had to fix it.
What? Oh.
But I'll say this to you guys, just while we've got everybody. If you go to our website, at the very bottom of any page, you can sign up for our newsletter too. I can't promise you again how often we're going to send that out, but we try to condense when we have sent it out twice. We try to condense all of our geek word and our Literarily Wasted stuff. We mostly focus on Literarily Wasted since that's really like our core piece of content. But Adam and I've worked on some podcasts. We've done some other stuff that we feel. Look, y'all are a bunch of geeks. We're a bunch of geeks. All of this stuff should resonate with you or somebody that you know or love. So yeah, go sign up for that. That helps us to just get the message out to everybody.
And we have.
You're a geek.
Are we
I'm
gonna?
a geek. I'm myself.
Is
I have
Stormfront next week? Is that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
1
I need
week
to
from
start.
tonight, we'll have already finished our discussion of the first half of the book called Storm. What?
Crash.
Front.
No. Everyone.
Am I reading the wrong book?
What?
Yes, probably.
Probably.
I can't.
It's
were
pretty
you
good, though.
joking?
No, I haven't started, but I have it ready.
I'm torn. I'm going to be honest, because since I know it's a really, really quick read, I'm thinking of waiting until next week, and I want to start the second book of the Shades of Magic trilogy, like right now, see if I can get through it by the weekend, and then start Storm Blank.
Storm blank.
Storm Blank.
Stormfront. Yeah, that's next
It's
week.
a real okay, for everyone who didn't believe me and my rub fruit induced stupor. Oh my god, I can't reach it. Oh gotcha.
It's not
Here.
Old Man's War, Donna. It's not.
Okay. So like mistakes happen. Oh, there it is. But like this is also a good book. If you want to read it. I'm a fan of Rochelle Mead. She's a fun friend. But anyways. All right, Christy's yawning, so I think that means our time is up.
That's the signal,
Sorry.
guys.
That's just what she does.
She's like on the actual clock. It's really impressive. She hits a point every single point, and like her brain is still awake and she's still very much engaged with you. But I'm just once the yawning starts,
She just doesn't breathe normally. She just needs that extra oxygen every
that
once in a
it?
while. Yeah.
ooh,
Yeah.
Gathering of Shadows. Where's that?
You have it. I've
Yeah.
seen it. I don't even
It's
know what
somewhere.
series it
Okay.
is. There's
Gathering of.
I counted 30 books on one shelf the other day, and so there's 1, 2. That was one of my COVID projects. Here, I'll show you guys.
I have 2 other bookshelves that are not. Hey, our living room is
It's okay.
messy.
It's not bad. This used to be
A
doors
cabinet.
here, and so that was one of my COVID projects, was making this look like it was all one continuous thing. So she would have one
And then
giant
I also
bookshelf.
have like my whole book wall with the art and stuff. And then I've got a couple
Sorry,
Yeah, that-
other.
That was an early COVID project for me.
And
Here's
then
a
I've got
COVID project I'm currently working on. It's some Chips Ahoy cookies and an empty glass of milk. So that project is half done.
And then I have a big shelf over there that has classics on it. And then I've got a shelf in the office that's more like biographies and stuff from like comedians and
We should do a little
nonfiction
video
work.
one day.
And
just
then
like
there's
that.
a bookshelf downstairs which has more like
You-
instructional stuff,
yeah.
but we've also kind of taken over and put a bunch of movies and stuff on it right now.
Yeah, that
I-
was-
I really am.
I love cookies.
I
And
would
it's
like
quarantine.
to
Y'all
do
be
that.
nice to yourself. If cookies make you happy right now, then eat cookies.
If you need ice cream every single night, that's fine.
right?
Yes, we should. We need to do
Yeah.
another show off your home library.
Ooh.
We did that really early on.
That
What
would
if
be
we
fun.
got everyone this? Okay, this is me going to the extreme. What if we got everyone to send us like a quick, like 15 to 20-second clip of their home library, and then we clipped them all together?
Are you gonna edit that?
I'll edit it.
I'll do it.
That'd be
Or you
fun.
can do it.
Hey Adam, can you
Um,
tell us about your groom's cake?
So the couch,
Does it include the dog?
it's negotiable. Yeah, dog comes with it.
That is the spot. So yeah.
What were you gonna about my groom's cake? Oh, it
Someone
was
just
just
ask about your groom's cake.
a tower of Krispy Kreme donuts.
It was perfect.
Yes,
That's
Yeah.
pretty great.
perfection. That was fantastic.
Lucas's was we had a chocolate ganache
Just for
cake,
this
Yeah,
one.
that's good.
but I had ordered all of these little Mario Kart carts. So it was a chocolate with ganache, so it looked like a
Sounds
muddy
like Choco-
mountain. And
Choco
so all
Mountain
the
or
cars
whatever.
were driving up
Yeah, it was awesome.
the mountain.
It was
Yeah, we
awesome.
could
Now I
coordinate.
want cake.
We could do like sort of user generated send us some videos and we'll cut it together and we can do something like that. We'll stay tuned.
Stay tuned. We have too many ideas and not enough time.
I know if this is our full
Not
time
enough
job.
time. Oh, man.
I can imagine. I like sometimes dream about like what I would do if this was like all I did all day. And this is Christy's like, you know, her. I don't know if y'all saw the Newlywed Game that we did on It's a Southern Thing. Like they asked me like, if Christy could have any job, what would it be? And I was like, I don't know, professional book reader. And she comes out and she was like, professional book reader.
I mean,
Yep.
come on. What was I supposed to say?
Yeah. But
Oh,
also,
Bethany, that's awesome.
we
Ready
could
Player
do
One is
so much
fantastic.
stuff if I didn't have to work.
Mhm.
I'm quitting.
So that came
But
up.
we have a mortgage.
I didn't get to pick anything in March for my birthday, but Talia said that the only
yeah.
choice would have been Ready Player One, and she was right.
And that was already
It
in
is
the
such a good
poll.
book.
That's the only book he
If
would've
you want to
picked for
become a
March.
better geek in general and learn about other, like I learned so much about just other fandoms through Ready Player One, and honestly, I had Google up a lot of the times, and I've read it multiple times. That's how much I love it. But you just learn and appreciate a lot of other fandoms through that book. It's so good. Oh, so good. Don't watch the movie. Just read the
Oh,
book.
Jeff, that's awesome. You said if we have pictures, I want to see that Star Wars cake.
Cool. Aw. Actually, I haven't read Ready Player One. It's right there.
Oh, you have to. It's really good.
It's so good.
Well, I've been waiting now because I figured it would come back up in a poll and eventually it would win. So I was just gonna wait until then.
The only
Because
thing
good
that I
lord,
wish-
my to read stack is like 15 feet tall.
The only thing that I wish I hadn't, and this isn't a spoiler for those of you who haven't read it, is it doesn't have enough old men and wars.
Okay, on that note, if final call. So thank you so much for everyone
This is why she likes.
joining us
She's the one who
tonight.
laughs.
Thank you so much to everyone for joining us tonight, for listening to us like slowly go through all of our noties and listening to all of our announcements and things that we want to do, things that we're excited about. Thank you for giving us amazing feedback. It was not that funny, Christy.
It wasn't.
But when she gets going, your turn. You
He's
just
yeah,
get
it's true.
going. Yeah.
The yawning started, and then the jokes. I just can't even help
This
it.
is when I'm funniest. Is when Christy
It's when she's
had
really
some wine
tired.
and is tired.
You wait. Yeah.
But y'all, if you have other suggestions, or if you didn't get, if we didn't address it, we are going to go back and look at comments. There's a lot, but
Yeah.
you can always send us a direct message. You can always email us at literarillywasted@gmail.com. We monitor that. Multiple people monitor that every single
Daily.
day, and
Yep.
we're texting back and forth every day amongst the four of us. So you can always reach us at literarillywasted@gmail.com. Go to our
Obviously,
website.
in the group, you can also DM the Facebook
Yeah.
page.
We're all on it.
So, like, there's a bajillion different ways to contact us, and know that when you do contact us, you're talking to one of us. It is just the four of us, and this is what we do. You know, after 5 p.m.
Sometimes during work hours.
Shh. Nope.
Lunch
I
break.
mean, I'm just kidding.
Nobody heard that.
So great. So we love you all, and we'll see you all in the Literally Wasted Lounge in 2 minutes.
And next week for the live
yes.
session.
Next Wednesday, where we talk about Stormfront.
And I'm
Just
gonna.
the first-
Are
the
y'all
first
good
one
if I
up to
break the
chapter
rules
12.
and post our streaming schedule in the lounge,
Just
even though it's not?
Tell people to go to Geekword.
Okay, I'm gonna share a
I know
Geekword
you're
thing.
excited, but it's in
Well,
the
no, I
Geekword
just
thing.
I don't
You can
want.
post a link to Geekword.
I will post a link to the game club. How about
Okay.
that? If you like video games, or if you're interested in video games and you like Literally Wasted, you should go try this out. Because we'd love to have you guys. Like, it's a fun time. I know Dan and his son, he got his son to play the first game, and his son, it was the same discovery that we've had in this group. And that's kind of the magic of it, is we're all about building communities and hanging out with you guys and just getting to know one another and having a good time.
And don't forget, if you want bookmarks, go to the support page, literarillywasted.club. There should be a support tab, or click something that says support somewhere.
Yeah, there's a support bar at the very top. When
If you just scroll around, you'll find
Yeah.
it. Find something that says support somewhere on it. Go sign up. Minimum amount. Like, you don't have to donate like anything crazy. Literally, you can give $1 and we will send you 2 bookmarks. One for yourself, one for a friend, or 2 for yourself, or 2 for a friend. So you can do
we
that.
will, just to give you guys, we will do that at some. Oh, look at Kira, thank you.
Aw.
We will do that at some point in August. So if you donate, we'll make sure that we get that fulfilled sometime in August. We're still working on the design, but you will not go forgotten. That goes into a database within our Square software, and we have all your contact information. So thank you all for any consideration. Again, it's not necessary at all.
Yes. So
And
anyway,
that's it.
that's it.
That's
For
so
now.
much stuff. We did it.
So thanks again to everybody. And,
Always good
we look
hanging.
forward to
And we
hanging
will
out
have
with you soon.
we'll have follow-ups about surveys and merch and all that stuff coming to you in the group within the next week or 2. So, stay tuned, be patient. We love you guys.
Yay, bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.